Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please proceed to your seat and await the arrival of the ASEAN leaders. Excellencies, the ASEAN Heads of State, the ASEAN Heads of Government, the Secretary General of ASEAN, who are now arriving in the conference center. Thank you. Please be seated. Your Majesties, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, please kindly rise for the ASEAN Anthem. Your Majesties, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, on the opportunities and challenges of AFTA 2015. Opportunities and challenges of AFTA 2015 to deliver this document.
Your Majesty, Your Majesty the Sultans, esteemed ASEAN's leader, the esteemed ministers of ASEAN's member country, the esteemed permanent missions and ambassador for ASEAN, distinguished national and international guests. On behalf of the Royal Government and people of Cambodia, I would like to warmly welcome Your Majesty the Sultans, Excellencies, Head of State, Government, and distinguished delegate of the ASEAN country to the most ASEAN Summit on AFTA 2015 being held in Phnom Penh, the capital city of the Kingdom of Cambodia. The Royal Government and people of Cambodia have the great honor to once again host this important summit, and we would like to extend our hospitality to Your Majesty, Excellencies, the leaders of ASEAN as neighbor, friends, brother, sister, who have come to the land of Uncle, the Kingdom of Cambodia, Kingdom of Wonder, which is full of cultural heritages and valuable ancient temples left by our ancestors thousands of years ago. After achieving peace and reunification of the territory, which resulted from the Royal Government win-win policy, Cambodia became a full member of ASEAN in 1999. This has allowed Cambodia to integrate with the regional and the world economy and play an active and dynamic role as an equal member with equal rights in both regional and international forums. Indeed, in 2002, with the support of the ASEAN country, Cambodia hosted and successfully chaired the 8th ASEAN Summit. At this time, Cambodia is greatly honored and proud to assume the chairmanship of ASEAN in 2012 with ownership and high responsibility to assume the chairmanship in order to make contribution toward realizing our common goal, which is the establishment of the ASEAN community in 2015 as stated in the ASEAN Charter. The mock ASEAN Summit on AFTA 2015 coincides with the celebration of the 45th anniversary of ASEAN. Indeed, ASEAN has undergone a major transformation since its founding, from a region wrecked by conflicts, misery, and poverty to a region of peace, stability, and development. After more than 4 decades of development, ASEAN today has become a closely integrated political and economic entity, an influential player in Asia and indispensable strategic partner of major countries and organizations in the world. Cambodia is certainly proud of having made positive contribution in ASEAN according to its capacity and ability in bringing about such progress. Nevertheless, along with the success and achievement made so far, ASEAN is facing some challenges that need to be addressed in order to realize the objective of ASEAN's One Community, One Destiny. Within the region, we continue to face with several intransigent issues and challenges, such as food security, energy, climate change, natural disaster, terrorism, transnational crime, and maritime safety, among others. Moreover, although the development gaps among ASEAN's members has been noticeably narrowed, it is still big. This requires us to double our effort to promote further growth and improve equitable distribution of the fruit of growth at both national and regional amongst members' countries. Indeed, narrowing such development gap is not only a precondition for ensuring ASEAN's competitiveness and reducing poverty of our people, but also for helping ASEAN achieve real regional integration and promoting its centrality in broader regional and world affairs. Indeed, these challenges can hardly be addressed effectively at national levels. This requires a more cooperative and comprehensive approach, particularly through regional cooperation. I believe ASEAN will be able to form a regional consensus on the resolution of outstanding issues. This belief is based on the experience of more than 4 decades, which proves that ASEAN has adequate ability to strengthen stability and security in the region toward achieving inclusive economic growth and becoming an increasingly people-centered community. There is consistent with the selection of our theme, ASEAN's One Community, One Destiny, for ASEAN in 2012, which highlights the joint determination and cooperation of the ASEAN people to work in chorus to build the ASEAN community as cohesive family, living in political, security, economics, and social-cultural harmony, and is rule-based, peaceful, and economically strong. In the spirit of making more positive contribution to the effort of ASEAN community building and AFTA, and overcoming all the above-mentioned challenges, as the chair of ASEAN, I would like to put forward for the consideration of all ASEAN leaders the Phnom Penh Agenda, which spell out our priority for 2012 as follows. First, in the context of continued global financial and economic uncertainty, ASEAN must pay special attention to strengthening the mechanism for ensuring financial stability in the region, as well as for preventing and resolving future crises that may occur in the world or the region. Therefore, we should encourage our finance ministers to work together and with the partner concerned to achieve an agreement or concrete commitment of all members' countries. Second, we have to ensure the timely implementation of the roadmap for ASEAN's community building 2009-2015, particularly the implementation of all action plans of the 3 pillars by accelerating the adoption and the ratification of the remaining agreements and protocols as soon as possible. Moreover, we have to pay special attention to narrowing development gaps amongst members of ASEAN through reviewing the implementation of the Initiative for ASEAN Integration Work Plan 2009-2015, so that we can identify challenges and lay out additional measures to accelerate implementation. In this regard, we would select some projects related to the new member of ASEAN from the work plan and implement them as ASEAN flagship project immediately in order to achieve concrete results as soon as possible. Third, we should place priority on the establishment of ASEAN Economic Community by 2015, following by the spirit of AFTA, to transform ASEAN as a single market and production base with free flow of goods, services, investment, and skilled labor. Therefore, we must lay out priority actions and key concrete measures to address all the challenges and bridge the gap which are the obstacle for the realization of the ASEAN Economic Community and AFTA as planned. Fourth, the connectivity of ASEAN in both physical and institutional infrastructure is the key for narrowing the development gaps and ensuring successful integration of ASEAN. To achieve this objective, we have adopted the Master Plan on ASEAN's connectivity. We need to promote the speedy implementation of the Master Plan. For this purpose, priority should be given to the establishing a financing mechanism and through mobilizing the participation of major partners of ASEAN, particularly the +3 partner. Moreover, we have also to seek effective means to encourage the participation of the private sector in implementing this master plan. Fifth, free flow of skilled labor is the primary characteristic of ASEAN Economic Community and AFTA. Even though this goal has not been fully achieved, indeed, the exchange of labor among ASEAN countries has already been robust. This highlights the need for strengthening cooperation amongst ASEAN members in order to protect the rights of immigrant workers. Six, disaster management has become an important contemporary issue both in the region and the world. This issue has been highlighted by the episodes of severe flooding in the ASEAN country at the end of last year. For objective of strengthening disaster management, ASEAN has adopted some key institutional mechanisms. However, those mechanisms are not fully functional due to some remaining technical issues that need to be addressed, including the financial problems. Hence, we should consider this as an urgent priority for promoting the effective functioning of the regional disaster management mechanism. Seventh, climate change and the frequent occurrence of natural disaster have made the food security a primary challenge for ASEAN and the world at large. Based on the performance and potential of agricultural sector in the region, ASEAN has not only been able to ensure food security for the region, but can do also for the world. To realize this potential, we need to further promote cooperation in the agricultural sector by focusing on boosting productivity and agricultural diversification through addressing a range of problems including infrastructure, technology, financing, marketing, and processing of agricultural products for the region and for export to the rest of the world. Apart from the above priority agendas, we still have many other challenging issues that need to be jointly addressed in order to bring about progress and prosperity for our people and to promote ASEAN's prestige in the international arena. In relation to this, there are some initiatives that we have already started working on and which need to be completed as soon as possible. In order to realize the ASEAN community and AFTA by 2015, cooperation at governmental levels alone is not sufficient. This requires a broader participation of relevant stakeholders at all levels, particularly the support and participation of ASEAN people as a whole. At the end, I would like to stress that it has been more than 10 years since Cambodia has become a full member of ASEAN. We are proud that during this period, Cambodia was able to make considerable progress. ASEAN's membership has allowed Cambodia to strengthen integration with the region and the international community. Lastly, as a citizen of ASEAN, I will join hands with fellow ASEAN citizens across the region to make ASEAN a household name, not only for the people of Southeast Asia, but for those beyond. We are going to witness ASEAN moving toward our goal. It is not for the rich and the powerful, but for the people of our community. It is not the number of countries we have, but in the strength of our unity. We must move on only in unison, but also in the same direction. It is not how old we are, but how much we achieved in the past and we will achieve in the future. Finally, I would like to wish Your Majesty the Sultan, Excellencies, the esteemed leader of ASEAN, and distinguished delegate of all ASEAN countries, good health and success in all your endeavor, and the mock ASEAN Summit on AFTA 2015 be crowned with bright success. With the blessing of the Buddha, may I now announce the official opening of the mock ASEAN Summit on AFTA 2015, Opportunities and Challenges Open. Thank you.
The stage will be shortly relaunched for the photo section. The production best in the world, marketed through the elimination within ASEAN of tariff and non-tariff barriers, as well as to attract more foreign direct investment to ASEAN. The goals of AFTA ensure the interests of ASEAN people, thus motivate the ASEAN to move on as profound community of Southeast Asia's region by 2015. To celebrate this auspicious occasion, a group of artists from the University of Cambodia is proud to perform songs entitled Pong Sabadai Khmer. will be back at 9:15. Thank you. Please have refreshment.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the ASEAN Free Trade Area of the AFTA is considered to be the heart and source of ASEAN economic integration aimed upon by the ASEAN leader in January 1992, ultimate objective in AFTA in the increasing ASEAN competitive edge of the production-based gear for the world market. The basic figures of AFTA is liberalization of trade, the region done through the eliminations of intra-regional tariff and non-tariff barriers. By doing so, AFTA is expected to make manufacturing sectors in ASEAN more effective and ready to compete in the global market for trade, goods, service, investment. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, AFTA offers varieties of opportunity not only for industry located in region, but also for the investor and consumer as well. Trade liberalization under the environments of the free trade will drive the manufacturing sector in the region in more cost competitive AFTA as the burdens of the material procurement of the visualized market, economics of scale in production can be enjoyed. The competitive manufacturing sector attracts foreign direct investment, which in turn could stimulate the growth of the supporting industries in the region. As AFTA show economic growth, more jobs can be created as the trade increase, income would likewise increase. Consumers also need to gain the free trade environment. They would be offered more choice, a broader range of the better quality products are made available to the market. AFTA increase purchasing power and cut cost of living. Your Majesties, ladies and gentlemen, moreover, in order to strengthen and practice AFTA effectively, the common effective preferential tariff scheme have established, and it is the main mechanism to move ASEAN toward the directions of the AFTA. It is the cooperation arrangement among the member countries whereby intra-regional tariff is screwed down within the 0 to 5% tariff when over a period of time. Example, in 2002, the ASEAN 6 As we know, Brunei, Jerusalem, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand. In 2006, Vietnam, 2008, Laos, India, and Myanmar, 2010, Cambodia. Non-territory will also have to be eliminated under the SEP scheme. Your Majesty, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the 7 meetings of ASEAN Economic Community Council was concluded on Monday, aim to execute the challenge facing ASEAN on the food and energy security to speed up regional economic integration. Today, the March 20th of ASEAN Summit in Phnom Penh, all stakeholders and special the AAC Council Minister will review the impact of the recent global development on the region and how ASEAN could remain resilient and change view of the Integral Economic Development Initiative for ASEAN Integration and ASEAN Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. The member will also be stock of the Master Plan on ASEAN Connectivity, which has adopted at the 17th ASEAN Summit in Hanoi, 2010. With 19 key strategies including the connectivities among the institutions, the residents of the contribute to the connectivities of ASEAN by 2015. The meeting also discussed the implementations of AAC through covering trade in goods, trade in investment, services, custom development and integration, transportation cooperation, tourism cooperation, and finance monetary integration. The ASEAN Blueprint was adopted by the ASEAN leader at the 13th ASEAN Summit on November 20, 2007 in Singapore to serve a coherent master plan guiding establishment of ASEAN economic community. Nevertheless, a question is often raised whether ASEAN can meet the challenge of the emerging geopolitical economic environment, which are manifest, namely as the obstacle to economic integration and formation of the community. First of all, proliferations of preferential trading agreement in the regional and around the globe is inherent to the process of further economic integration. Second, the complexity of the administrative procedure and consequent transaction costs that govern the ASEAN regulatory framework has impeded and utilization of the preference and the growth of intra-ASEAN trade. Third, the lack disparity in economic development and different political system and structural could heighten closer cooperation and integration. Finally, there remains a strong reluctance from individual ASEAN member state countries to transfer sovereignties to supranational authority, which needed to establish a more formal binding institution can more effectively support their integration. Your Majesty, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, there is a framework agreement on enhancing ASEAN economic cooperation since 1992, as named by the protocol to end the framework agreement on enhancing ASEAN economic cooperation signed in Bangkok 1995, called the agreement were established to settle the trade issue of the implementation of AFTA, and it needs to expand Article 9 of this agreement to strengthen the mechanisms of settlement of dispute in the areas of ASEAN economic cooperation. To review you again about this statement, the following are the main points in framework agreement on enhancing ASEAN economic cooperation. First, the provisions of the protocol are without prejudice to the rights of member states to state recourse to others and settlements of dispute involving other member states. As a member state involved in a dispute and resort to other court at any stage before the senior economic officer meeting has made ruling on the panel report. To make your attention, senior economic officer meeting was called the Zoom. Second, there are consultation of each dispute. Thus, member states should accord adequate opportunity for consolidation regarding any representative made by other member states. with respect to any other aspects of implementation, interpretation, applications of agreement, or any cover agreement. Any differential as far as possible and shelter accountability between the member states. In addition, if the request for consultation is made, the member state to which request is made shall reply to the request within 10 days after the date of its receipt and shall enter into consultation within the period of no more than 30 days after the date of receipt of the request with a view to reaching the mutual certificatory solution. Third, there are good office, conciliation or mediation. The member states which are parties to a dispute may at any time agree to good office, conciliation or mediation. They may begin at any time and be determined at any time. 1. Procedure for good office, conciliation or mediation. If the parties to a dispute agree, procedure for good office, conciliation or mediation may continue while the dispute proceeds. In case the consultation failed to settle a dispute within 60 days after the date of receipt of the request for consultation, the matter should be raised to the SUM, and the SUM also need to establish a panel. 4. The functions of the panel is to make an objective assessment of the dispute before it, including an examination of the facts of the case and the applicability of the conformity with the sections of the agreement of any core agreement, and make such core finding as will assist the SUM is making in
delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to this ASEAN Summit AFTA 2015. And honorably pleased to express my sincere thanks to the Royal Government of Cambodia for organizing this important event, and Cambodian people for warm welcome of our delegates of Brunei within a comfortable environment and manner. Being under the same umbrella, I strongly believe that the 20th ASEAN Summit today, organized by the Royal Government of Cambodia, will bring about a joint cooperation between the ASEAN member states within their common directions in terms of AFTA in 2015 period. ASEAN Secretary General, honorable ministers, distinguished guests, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, being in the same boat, the same house, and the same destinations, AFTA proposed in 2015 will bring about an opportunity into the region. If AFTA can be paid away for the first possible trade and investment linkage, foreign direct investment, political stability, stable economic growth, and social order, peace will be brought straight away into the region. In terms of this, because of peace and security, productivity will be brought away into the region. It will be the prosperity and the prestige into the region. If AFTA can be taken into the committed, purposeful, and enthusiastic considerations in 2015, it will lead us, all ASEAN member states, to be recognized by the world and to be in the international stage. In this sense, I, Prime Minister of Brunei, would like to place my honest respect and manner for fruitful discussion for our summit today to accelerate our community, our region, to be a new, young, potential, and powerful community in the world. I hope I can contribute my ideas for the next dialogue for further development in our region. ASEAN Secretary General, honorable ministers, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, AFTA is supposed to be a free challenge, and that it will bring about challenges into our region. In response to this, I hope the ASEAN's leader will be aware and committed to solving some problems that happen in our region. To take part, my Brunei Prime Ministers will honestly and pleased to share the importance and on-time recommendation by looking at all the social circles of the AFTA 2015 together. To make this even more fruitful, I hope the ASEAN's member states could cooperate each other for the next 2 minutes. To facilitate this meeting, the Royal Government of Cambodia, the 20 ASEAN chairmanships with great opportunity will actively involve facilitate our discussion for the 2 seconds. As a Secretary Generals, honorable ministers, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, before I end my speech, I would like to say that Brunei is ready for the most beautiful and remarkable act named AFTA. In case that AFTA can play an important role as most intelligent and outcome-oriented performers, as well as in the international stage, there must be strong and firm cooperation and support from all the social corners. So these as member states, in this sense, supposed to be the ones who design and decorate AFTA together. Finally, I strongly believe that AFTA will have us the same decisions in our regions for better economic development. And I hope that these as member states will live peacefully in the same hammock, in the small house, near the bridge in 2015. So, thank you.
Thank you, Your Majesty the Sultan, the State of the Brunei.
I would like also to congratulate His Excellency, Delegation Team, Prime Minister of Royal Government of Cambodia, for being the chairman of 20th ASEAN Summit in Phnom Penh. Additionally, I strongly believe that Cambodian chairmanship will lead all ASEAN member states to cooperate in order to succeed in ASEAN community by 2015 under the slogan of One Community, One Destiny. Ladies and gentlemen, Laos becomes the new member of Association of Southeast Asian Nation, ASEAN, on 23rd July 1997. Like other members of ASEAN, Laos signed the ASEAN Free Trade Area AFTA and agreed to undertake the common effective preferential tariff. AFTA was established with the goal to increase ASEAN's competitive edge as a production, based in the world market through the elimination within ASEAN of tariff and non-tariff barriers, and to attract more foreign direct investment to ASEAN, while CET is the primary mechanism for achieving the goals. According to this mechanism, tariff on goods traded within the ASEAN region, which meets 40% ASEAN content requirement, were supposed to be reduced to 0 to 5%. Laos has considerably eliminated quota restrictions to export and import. Laos market is relatively open in the region. The government has established a national AFTA unit of Laos under the Ministry of Finance to facilitate the process of liberalizations and also to develop the trade relations within ASEAN members and other countries in the world. AFTA, in the sense of trade liberalization, will create additional opportunities for Laos in terms of accession to markets in the ASEAN member countries without barriers. Laos expects more investors to come to invest due to natural resources, political stability, labor forces, and improved infrastructure. For instance, we have expanded the town's airport runway by 2015 to cut more flights and another proposed railway. In order to achieve the agricultural sector, Laos has adopted a new agricultural master plan, AMP, for 5 years period 2011 to to 2015 based on the Agricultural Development Strategy ADS 2011 to 2020. With improved weather and gradual decollectivization of agriculture, an important measure under the new economic mechanism rice production surged by 40% in 1999. The increase in production and was likely responsible for the economic recovery following the droughts. In 1990, production continued to increase, although at a much slower rate, at the point of self-sufficiency in rice was reached, a record 1.5 million tons. The overall increase in rice production throughout the 1980s was the result of higher productivity per hectare, rather than of an increase in the land area planted in rice. Finally, Laos will grab another chance of modernizations in industrial productivities, expansion of the market target in both regional and international community, and increasing of industry export to foreign countries. So why just integration in 2015 could make a modernization to Laos industry goods? Actually, we will have to modernize our production standards because we have to make sure that our productions are in the ASEAN level. It is clearly stated that this is the real opportunity for Laos to are still in initial stage of development, because Laos has a weak economy, human resources, technology, quality of products, and weak business experience. First, the infrastructure is still poor even though it has tried to improve. As a result, the investors are not keen on coming to Laos. Furthermore, all their inconvenience for travelers in the region, the procedures, and the cost of visas has the net effects of controlling the number of the visitors and generating valuable government income in developing the country. Protecting this asset is a huge challenge for local authorities, which are the first to get benefits, but we must also deal with the consequences of infrastructure development.
Malaysia in AFTA.
Excellencies, Delegation Team, University of Cambodia, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the government and people of Malaysia, I would like to extend our congratulations to the Excellencies, Prime Minister Cambodia, on the adoption of the chairmanship of the important multi-level summit. And thank for the Excellencies for the bonus opportunity extended to my country's family. May I share with you, Your Majesty's, Excellencies, some opportunities and challenges to Malaysia economic and trade. The economy of Malaysia is a growing and relatively state-oriented and newly industrialized economy. Malaysia will export the following commodities such as electronic equipment, petroleum and liquefied natural gas, food products, palm oil, rubber, textiles, and imports. Malaysia's economy has an economic boom in the 1970s, following with its expansion to become a multi-sector economy from the lead raw materials producer. The country reached natural resources in rural development, agriculture, forestry, and mining. Malaysia has well-developed its manufacturing sector to produce a diverse range of goods. In 2007, the economy of Malaysia was the third-largest economy in Southeast Asia and the 28th largest economy in the world by producing power quality with gross domestic product for 2008 of the $222 billion with a growth rate from 5% to 7% since 2007. In 2010, GDP per capita for Malaysia stands at $4,700. In 2009, the nominal GDP was $383.6 billion, and the nominal per capita GDP was $8,100. Many years after ASEAN member states decided to create ASEAN community in 2015. There will be free flow of investment, service, capital, and skilled labor. It will provide opportunities to all countries in ASEAN. On the other hand, it will also provide challenges to other countries in ASEAN as well. Malaysia was one of the founders of ASEAN and AFTA. Therefore, Malaysia will face some opportunities and challenges as other member countries as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia will get more revenue from countries. Therefore, the country would have enough money for further development in areas such as agriculture, infrastructure, educational system, healthcare, service, and so on. The wide opening market that Vietnam brought the country to save more investors. The tariff cut will be able to compete with the regional products. It also increases the exportation of products and about the industries within Malaysia to enjoy the charter sources of seafood. AFTA 2015 also had the management reform to enjoy more global price. It also reduced poverty, unemployment rate, and crime. Especially AFTA 2015 will increase GDP in Malaysia. Therefore, Malaysian people will enjoy a good lifestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, in existing the impact of closer economic integration between the 10 members in the region, there are a number of factors that need to be considered in terms of Malaysian context. Although the Malaysian economy has made a tremendous progressing so far in the past years, it has to move up the value chain for the manufacturing sector and further develop the agriculture and service sector in order to achieve a sustainable economic growth towards AFTA 2015. There are two main challenges for Malaysia. First is an economic challenge. Second is a social challenge. When Malaysia integrates with AFTA 2015, Malaysia will face the increase of intra-Asian competition from the lower cost producers. At first, the flow of technology or expertise from the member countries. There are many sectors in the industries that may face with a very strong competition in 2015, such as automotive, iron and steel, metals, cement, and plastic products, with the result of the tourist elimination and non-trade barriers in Asia. The effect of the tariff cut to agriculture such as palm oil and rubber. The social impact in Malaysia briefly has to deal with the potential threat of the unemployment rate. Although some industries may enjoy high growth and improve competitiveness, there are also that experience business inclusion and rising the unemployment. Another consideration is the performance requirements on the foreign investment may have more serious impact to the human resource development. Moreover, without the requirements such as the transfer of technology upon to improve work skills may be harmful. There are no requirements that some training positions be allocated to law course that will likely put them to combination with them as experience to improve their management. Ladies and gentlemen, on the special occasion day of the ASEAN Summit, on behalf of the government and the people of Malaysia, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude and best wishes to the government and the people of ASEAN member states, as well as to ASEAN external partners. Finally, I would like to say congratulations to the government and the people of Myanmar for their positive change of political reform. May ASEAN be a greater unity and stronger development. Thank you.
Thank you, Her Excellency, Prime Minister of Malaysia, particularly for the delegation. Also, I would like to congratulate for His Excellency Campaign for being chairmanship. And as well, I strongly believe that under the Cambodian chairmanship, one community, one destination will be implemented and will be accurate. And I would be I would like to I strongly believe that under the chairmanship, the one community, one destination will be accurate. Your Royal Highness, Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, before realizing the ASEAN communities by 2015, which is open for free markets and the free trade, Myanmar also faces many challenges. Myanmar nowadays is just beginning of the democratization. In 2008, Myanmar was also one of the influenced by the economic crisis, and now Myanmar has been improving itself by continuously implementations, the roadmap for community, ASEAN Community 2009 to 2015. Initiating ASEAN integrations, strategic frameworks, and also the firmly cooperations in order to achieve the common challenges and realign the collective of the goals of the members by 2015. Being a part of it, Myanmar has gratefully reformed the political aspects by renewing the free elections, relieve the political prisons, and promote fundamental freedoms. In this regard, Myanmar has adopted many laws, policies, measures, and mechanisms to assist the free flow of goods, services, capital investment levels, and export across the border without tariff. As the result of these changes, Myanmar has drawn attention to the international communities and has been welcomed by all Asian member states regarding this new situation.
His Excellency Sakarat, the President of the Philippines, to raise up the reconciliation.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the government of the people of the Philippines, I would like to congratulate His Excellency Youpheng, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia, for his protest to be the chair of the 20th ASEAN Summit 2012 in Phnom Penh, infrastructure, economy, and peace and stability. Joining in ASEAN in 1999, the Kingdom of Cambodia is the youngest member, but he can integrate himself in the region and in the world as a whole very fast. In 2015, Cambodia will be a member of AFTA too. Being a founding member of ASEAN and joining in AFTA since 1992, Philippine economy has been faced in both opportunity and challenges. However, the economy of Philippines has increased steadily from time to time. As in 2011, Philippine economy is the 45th largest in the world, with an estimated GDP of $216 billion. The primary exports include semiconductors, electronic products, transport equipment, garments, copper products, petroleum products, coconut oil, and fruit. By joining AFTA, Philippines become newly industrialized countries very fast. Philippine economy has been transitioning from the one based on agriculture to one based more on service and manufacturing. The country total labor force around 38.1 million. The agricultural sector employs close to 32%, but contributes to only about 13.8% of GDP. The industrial sector employs around 13.7% of the workforce, but accounts for 30% of GDP. Meanwhile, the 46.5% of workers involved in the service sector and responsible for 56.2% of GDP. Excellency, even AFTA has been made some challenges to Philippine economy, such as agricultural sector, on rice, raw sugar, and cow. But it is not too hard for Philippines to have and provide more subsidy on agricultural sector and develop more infrastructure of this sector to change it into industrial agriculture. In addition, the effects on economies and trade of Philippines is not by AFTA in the region, and it is because the FTA, Free Trade Area Agreement, with the dialogue partners such as China, South Korea, and Japan. However, there are many opportunities of Philippines in AFTA. It will make more and bigger market for Philippine products.
the products and the investment of Philippines will flow freely in the region. Excellency Chairman, Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, in order to integrate ASEAN to be an economic community, peace and security is very important. It will affect to the whole cooperation and integration of the ASEAN countries in AFTA and economic development. So, I strongly support all the ASEAN countries to solve out the conflict peacefully, such as the South China Sea conflict, Cambodian-Thailand border conflict, and the withdrawal of economic sanctions to integrate into ASEAN free trade area in 2015. And we should make a road for him to go smoothly. Political and economic reform of Myanmar is a good sign for the world that there will be a change in this country. Finally, I would like to say thanks for the chair of ASEAN, the Kingdom of Cambodia, for providing me the chance to deliver my speech in Cambodia, and I hope we will continue to discuss about our problem and conflicts and integration smoothly together.
Thank you, His Excellency Nansakai, President of the Philippines. So to proceed, let me respectfully invite His Excellency Raju, the President of the Singapore, to examine the opportunity and challenges.
This cooperation leads all the members to pursue a new goal that may use the flourish state, namely AFTA. So let me take this opportunity to give you a briefly to understand AFTA, what it created. In Singapore, the founding countries to fight in 1992 with what it created AFTA, and also it created in order to make economic integrations, economic cooperations. So in that time, nobody dares to talk about economic integration in that day. And so ASEAN leader knows that it's a measure for good for developing ASEAN. And also in that time, the tariff for 15 years also reduced 5%. And this commitment will be subject to legal binding all scheduled tariff reductions. Your Excellencies, Your Majesty, ladies and gentlemen. Now to talk about the Singaporean development. We do not develop if we are isolated from ASEAN. And also, we work together with all the members of ASEAN in order to have a good economic cooperation. Now this time for me, let me take this opportunity to give you some views on AFTA before I proceed to the main point. AFTA will be the most mechanism for the ASEAN economic integrations because it represents the purpose of ASEAN leaders to work as a collaborative works. Collaborative development market will provide the opportunity for each state to show its potential. But AFTA will degrade ASEAN economy if we do not assist each other in terms of soft and hard infrastructures. The Singaporean challenges, the government of Singapore believe that all the members of AFTA will promote cooperation more and more in order to accelerate economic growth. Now it's time for me to give some concern about AFTA. Singapore wants to indicate some views on these challenges for Singapore. First, it is slow labor growth rate in Singapore that is difficult for competing among AFTA members because in the future, labor force will be insufficient to compete in that area. Innovative in our economy aspect and is constantly declining. Growing Singapore labor force dominated moderated in 2011, reflecting the absolute decline in number of permanent residents in the population. Second challenge is it hurt Singapore the most in the future in higher aging population among the ASEAN member states. The aging population in the labor force has important implications for the competitiveness of Singapore's small and open economy, particularly if all those workers do not make significant contribution to overall productivity growth in the economy. Singapore will suffer the most among ASEAN economy from the aging population, with the average growth in economic output falling more than 40% over the next 25 years. Singapore will rank first ASEAN with the proportions of the 30% in 2025 and 35% in 2050, increasing from the current ratio of the 16%. Third, Singapore is facing the current cheap labor force in the ASEAN countries. There is no doubt that Singapore's current rate is higher than American due to its significant economic development. This drives Singapore's society toward demand of high salary for 5.9% in the second quarter of 2011. After expanding by 60% in the preceding quarter in the country, there are establishment as well industry linkage doing trade with ASEAN members. Strong business capability development, strong foreign trade inflows. Singapore has more opportunities because of the increasing development high value-added sectors such as chemicals, biomedical science, finance and tourism industry, especially medical tourism. And also solution for the Singapore's that we have used some recommendations, some solutions for the AFTA. There are some effective solutions recommended to deal with about challenges. The first, Singapore government has developed practical policies to fight the ominous fertility rate regarding as aged population. Government some encourage more of support to community to aging issues, so the government should give more online learning and the training of older less educated workers in order to reduce the productive effect of aging population in economy. For Singapore government, it has to make a policy more based on recommendation and theoretical or religious economy modeling prior to pursuing stability growth. Fifth, the very little natural resources Singapore government have learned very well how to manage human resources and for management, which are the most important natural resources. Also, these are recommendations for the solution for Singapore. And now the conclusions. To conclusion, Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, Lady and Gentlemen. So, ASEAN's to have integrated ASEAN integration economy require all
for the recent successful elections. Today, I am so glad to see all of my dear friends, ASEAN members here coming together to share our experiences and concerns. It is more than the truth that we, ASEAN members, hand in hand, go through and tackle various obstacles and problems together in order to realize our goal. Because our motivations and dream to unite countries in the regions in the common pursuit of the peaceful, harmonious, and prosperous community of Southeast Asian nations. Therefore, the signing of the Bangkok Declarations on 8 August 1967 and our ASEAN came into existence. We have developed strong bonds of friendships and cooperations by forming mutual confidence and trust and working together for a common causes. Your Excellencies, delegates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, during times of crisis, we have jointly tackled problems. During times of peace, we have created opportunities for our peoples. No matter what the challenges were, from conflict during the Cold War to the financial crisis in 1997, we in ASEAN have come through by acting together. And from 5 founders to 10 members, a group of diversity, we bear common purposes. And we now struggle to reach our ambitious goal to realize our ASEAN's community in 2015. And in terms of economic cooperations, ASEAN Free Trade Area was established in 1992. Under this framework, we believe that ASEAN will become one single market with a free flow of goods, services, labor forces, and we will become the region that is friendly to the foreign direct investment. This will increase possibility of competitiveness in the regions and raise the consumer efficiencies and enhances the quality of those products to our people. AFTA aims to reduce tariff among member countries through a common effective preferential tariff structure. And however, Thailand began to reduce its tariff since 1998 for products having tariff about 20%, and in 1999 for products having tariff of 20% and below. It has been set out that the full implementations of AFTA will be enforced in 2015, in which both tariff and non-tariff barriers are eliminated to facilitate the free flow of the above mentioned. However, we cannot deny that this framework initiates both opportunities and challenges for our members. And that is why today we gather here to discuss with each other under the theme of ASEAN Visions on AFTA 2015. Your Excellency, delegates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity to tell all of you here about Thailand in AFTA 2015. In the first track of AFTA, Thailand has seen positive growth. Thailand is able to gain advantages from AFTA, particularly in terms of foreign direct investment. The foreign direct investment has increased in many sectors. However, it seems that the inflows of the manufacturing sector take a lead than others. Investors clearly saw the opportunity to invest in Thailand since the implementations of import duties for intermediate imports from other ASEAN member countries with the lower price under the AFTA scheme. It requires more complementary factors besides the tariff AFTA to absorb investment in Thailand. Thailand also able to obtain more trade volume with the other ASEAN member countries. ASEAN was the fourth largest trading partner of Thailand before AFTA came into place. And it's moved to second place since the AFTA agreement was implemented. With tariff reductions and eventual eliminations, concessions of all ASEAN's member countries have been providing the better opportunity for Thai exporters to gain competitiveness over exporters from outside the region. Thailand also imports from ASEAN countries and continue to increase. However, the volume of imports is so far lower than the volume of export. Plus, Thailand had a strong industrial sector both in quality and quantity. This industry were able to produce enough to justify domestic consumption as well as supplies to the Asian region. And we predict that in 2015, Thailand still gained those advantages, while some others should be noted. It can be seen that the most important opportunity that Thailand can gain from AFTA 2015 is to outsourcing its factory to the other ASEAN members. By taxing incentive in AFTA framework, Thailand can encourage per investor to go and invest to the ASEAN members. This will increase more chance for Thai investors to be responsive to the regional needs among ASEAN members. And Thailand is a competitive exporter of its manufacturers products to the Western and regional states. So by relocating and outsourcing its manufacturing factory to the ASEAN new members, Thailand will definitely be able to increase its productions to those countries and increase its GNP. These outsourcings will cut the waste cost that Thai operator and investor have spent before implementing AFTA 2015. In addition to the outsourcings, AFTA in 2015 also encouraged the foreign direct investment to come in Thailand. While integrated into AFTA 2015, the market will be broadened from home market to regional market. The foreign direct investment will bring about capital, technical expertise, and technological advancements to Thailand, and as a result, the unemployment rate will decrease. Thailand will become the foreign direct investment destinations in 2015 since the conditions and Thai policy are all friendly to investors. It has liberalized and encourages market-oriented system that allows the freedom of moving in terms of productions. More importantly, the climate for foreign direct investment is very easy that can absorb foreign direct investment. The government has adopted many policies which favor the foreign direct investment, and many support and incentives also have been put into place. The current track of AFTA has already benefited in attracting FDI to Thailand, and this is a prediction that there will be the continuations of flowing of FDI to Thailand compared to other members. One obvious evidence is about the report from the World Bank that Thailand has ranked in the 12th place in the most easy country in doing business, and that will attract more investment. In addition, AFTA can also pave the way for Thai automotive products to flow to the regional countries easier and cheaper. Besides, food industry and agricultural products also have a marketing opportunity in ASEAN's member states. Your Majesty, Your Excellencies, Secretary General of ASEAN, delegates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, not different from our dear members, we Thailand also face various common challenges in maximizing the benefit and minimizing the potential risk in implementing AFTA 2015. Those challenges range from the flow of skilled labor, large effects on trade and protected products, logistics systems, impacts on some key agricultural products and small-scale business, and the lack of practical and policy dilemmas of going forward. However, we are now seeking for domestic solutions to deal with those challenges. In addition, some concerns are needed our dear members together cooperate to deal with in order to achieve our common goal. Finally, Thailand is still optimistic with the AFTA framework that it plays as a mechanism in fostering the Thai economy and ASEAN as a whole. This framework will shape ASEAN to become a unique part of the world and strengthen ASEAN's ability to enter into world stage. We commit ourselves to realize the ASEAN 2015 visions, and we are ready to help our members who need our hand. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency Sanjani, Prime Minister of Kingdom of China.
Good morning, and thank you very much for Your Excellency's Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia to provide such an ideal opportunity for me to deliver my speech regarding to the opportunities and challenges of AFTA 2015 in Vietnam economy. Your Majesty the Sultan, esteemed ASEAN leaders, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished national and international guests. It is a great honor to have His Excellency Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia, to open our meeting, followed by the remarks of representatives of other ASEAN members. On behalf of all participants and the government of Vietnam, I would like to express my sincere thanks and appreciation to all participants and representatives of ASEAN for the insight that I am sure it will be very helpful in our sessions. The government of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam have great honors to participate in this important mock ASEAN 20 Summit, and we would like to extend our sincere thanks to Your Majesty, Excellencies, and the leaders of ASEAN, its neighbors, brothers, sisters, friends who have come to this summit. Vietnam and ASEAN member countries have many things in common regarding history, culture, society, and economies. While their traditional relations have long been established, trade and economic relations have only developed rapidly since 1986, while Vietnam has switched itself to a market economy, applied the Đôi mới policy. Since 1995, economic relations with ASEAN member countries have expanded to many areas, including trade and investment. Vietnam's accession to AFTA and the various economic agreements within the framework of ASEAN have demonstrated Vietnam's commitment to economic cooperation and integration in the region in particular, and the world as a whole, as well as a commitment to opening up its economy and trade liberalization. Vietnam's current reform has testified with impressive success to the vigorous drive and strong determination toward reforming its economy. Your Majesty the Sultan, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, during the process of economic integration, Vietnam will reap benefits and at the same time faces with numbers of challenges. First, The industrialization and the modernization of Vietnam's economy is one of the priority tasks being pursued by the government at present. Promoting economic cooperation, integration within the region and beyond will enable Vietnam to speed up the industrialization and modernization of its economy. Vietnam is at present in the midst of the process of economic liberalization, from which it is receiving substantial dividends. At the initial stage, the globalization of Vietnam's economy has been dominated by its economic interchange with its ASEAN partners, who have played an important role in this aspect. In ASEAN and through AFTA, Vietnam has integrated with some of the newly industrialized economies and will reap the gains of increased trade and foreign investment. Vietnam will also gain access to new international markets through the ASEAN window and have greater opportunities to extend its economic relations, including technology transfers with the more industrialized economies of the world, thus positively contributing to its economic growth. Vietnam will also have the opportunity to exchange views with other countries and learn from their experiences in improving its economic management and businesses. All of this will assist Vietnam in building an efficient, dynamic, and competitive economy. Second, being an AFTA member, Vietnam will have access to a vast regional and global trade network. Since AFTA member countries are committed to the promotion of trade liberalization and more developed free markets, Vietnam will have access to these markets as well. Vietnam's accession to the SEPT agreement, as well as its participation in many other areas of ASEAN economic cooperation and integration, such as intellectual property, services, industrial cooperation, and investment, has sent a strong signal to foreign investors of Vietnam's orientation and the goals of its economic policies. This has also strengthened the conviction that Vietnam is firmly committed to continuing the liberalization of its trade and investment regime, in particular and its comprehensive renovation in general. Third, participation in ASEAN and AFTA requires that Vietnam adopt the norms and practices governing the rules and regulations of international trade relations. This is especially significant in that the issue of Vietnam's accession to the WTO has been strongly endorsed and assisted by all AFTA members. Regional integration also makes it easier for Vietnam to be recognized and accepted into the reign and file of the ASEAN Pacific community. Fourth, peace and stability are vital factors for economic development and are also factors of paramount importance to the creation of favorable environment for promoting economic cooperation and integration. However, at present, there still exists potential economic cooperation. At present, there still exists potential threats to peace and stability in Southeast Asia. Conflicting national interests, a certain degree of mutual suspicion, occasional tensions on certain political and economic issues, and different approaches to economic development, and the different approaches on economic development strategies among regional countries all need to be peacefully and potentially addressed by all of the ASEAN member states. Your Majesty, the Sultan, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, beside all of the opportunities given above to Vietnam, some major challenges are at the same time emerge. First, by joining ASEAN and participating in ASEAN Free Trade Area, Vietnam has become a member of a club which is taking part by an unbalanced game among powerful and experienced players, especially the first 6 members that are the founder of Southeast Asia. To be a compatible and competitive player, Vietnam needs to develop a competitive, efficient, and sustainable economy. It is a common knowledge that most of the ASEAN member countries are very keen and quite experienced in trade and investment activities. and that the ASEAN trade and legal system are in line with the market economy. As a result, Vietnam has fallen into disadvantage, while other ASEAN members prevail and gain the upper hand because of their advantages and long-established positions in the regional and global markets, because they are also rich. Second, to integrate effectively and competitively into the regional as well as the world economy, Vietnam has no choice but to continue with its comprehensive renovation. Vietnam is required to match its external trade and investment policies to those of its fellow ASEAN members. It is also necessary for Vietnam to reconcile certain differences in integrating a socialist market economy with a free market one. The comprehensive renovation and transition and thorough study, as well as a new thinking, as there is no existing model of the socialist market economy. Internal restructuring is therefore of vital importance. Your Majesty the Sultan, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, at the end, I would like to stress that Vietnam stands ready and is determined to step up the renewal process, national industrialization and modernization. We are now in the process of restructuring the economy, renovating the growth model with a view to developing knowledge-based and green economy, securing a fast sustainable development. In order to achieve these goals, we focus on three breakthroughs, which are perfecting the institution of socialist-oriented market economy, developing human resources, and upgrading the infrastructure. At the same time, Vietnam is pursuing a foreign policy of independence, self-reliance, peace, cooperation, and development, being a reliable friend and partner and a responsible member of international community. We shall enhance international integration and actively join regional and international efforts to solve global issues. Together with other members of ASEAN, we shall be working closely with all the members to promote peace, stability, and progress, and share prosperity. One community, one destiny. As a member of ASEAN, I wish also to congratulate the political reform of Burma, and I think that it is a vital step to bring about regional stability and conducive environment for regional development. Thank you for your effort. Finally, I would like to wish Your Majesty the Sultan, Excellencies, esteemed ASEAN leaders, distinguished delegates of all ASEAN member countries, good health, success in your all accomplishments, and the March 20-year ASEAN Summit be kept with optimistic triumph. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellency, President of Vietnam. So, to proceed.
In the region, raise its economic power, as well as becoming an increasingly people-centered community. One that is able to foster harmony between diverse identities and civilization. Since its establishment on August 8, 1967 in Bangkok, Thailand, ASEAN has increased its physical size, that is from the 5 founding fathers to now a 10-member state association. ASEAN sees not only its expansion in its physical size, but also in the area of economic, political, social, and cultural cooperation. In the area of economic cooperation and trade exchange, the ASEAN Free Trade Area, established in January 1992 to eliminate tariff barrier among Southeast Asian countries, has been a dynamic force toward achieving extensive integration of the ASEAN economies into a single production base and the creating of a regional market of over 500 million people. The elimination of tariff and non-tariff barriers among the ASEAN members has served as a catalyst for greater efficiency in production and long-term competitiveness. Moreover, the reduction of barriers to intra-regional trade gives ASEAN consumers a wider choice of better quality consumer products. Through ASEAN Free Trade Area, AFTA, ASEAN has achieved significant progress in the removal of tariff. However, free flow of goods would require not only zero tariff, but the removal of non-tariff barriers as well. Although countries outside ASEAN, such as the United States, China, and Japan, remain major trading partners of Indonesia, we are working closely and collaboratively with our friend countries in the region and see a subsequent trilogy development policy that the succeeding governments of Indonesia have been adhering to since the mid-1970s has been positively supported by the implementation of AFTA and its related mechanisms and frameworks. Trilogy development essentially involves three main elements, namely a sufficiently high economic growth, improved distribution of incomes and fruit of development, and national, including economic stability. It is a developmental pattern that the government and people of Indonesia has been proud of adhering to and would like to specifically highlight such a renewed concept to all of our friends in the region. Along with the above highlighted positive contribution to the public and private sector, AFTA also presents some new challenges or intensifies the existing ones. The government, public and private sector and all stakeholders should come together and work out effective and inclusive solutions and mitigation strategy in order to ensure the maximization of benefits and the minimization of potential risk. Esteemed participants, ASEAN has already agreed to align national standards with international standards such as those of the International Standards Organization, ISO, International Electrotechnical Commission, IEC, and International Telecommunication Union, ITU, for 20 priority products groups. These 20 products groups represent some of the most widely traded products in the region, including important consumer products such as radios, television sets, refrigerator, air conditioner, and telephones. Yet, the commitment should be intensified and translated into a concrete roadmap for implementation. Allow me in this opportunity to propose the establishing of ASEAN Product and Service Evaluation Commission and ASEAN Organization of Standardization, ASO. The two organizations will be the developers and publisher of regional standards. Standards make an enormous and positive contribution to most aspects of our life. Standards ensure desirable characteristics of products and services such as quality, environmental friendliness, safety, reliability, efficiency, and interchangeability, and at an economic cost. AP, SEC, and ASO should form a bridge between the public and private sector. On the one hand, many of its member institutes would be part of the governmental structure of their countries or would be mandated by their government. On the other hand, other members would have the roots uniquely in the private sector, having been set up by national partnership of industry associations. Equally important, the common effective preferential tariff for ASEAN Free Trade Area agreement should be intensively reviewed and enhanced to become a comprehensive agreement in realizing free flows of goods and applicable to ASEAN needs for accelerated economic integration toward 2015. ASEAN has achieved significant progress in tariff liberalization. However, non-tariff barriers still impose great obstacles to the free flow of trade and realization of full implementation of ASEAN Free Trade Area. Quotas, import licensing requirement, proportion restriction of foreign to domestic goods, minimum import price limits, and embargoes are some of the most prevalent examples of non-tariff barriers present in all ASEAN member states. Therefore, the main focus of ASEAN towards 2015 should be placed on the full elimination of non-tariff barriers. Member countries should work on eliminating NTBs for endorsement by ASEAN Economic Minister meeting scheduled in September 1995. More emphasis should be made to the preparatory work of NTB elimination, which is being undertaken by the Interim Technical Working Group. Your Excellencies, Heads of State, Heads of Government, esteemed participants, Indonesia sees the implementation of AFTA as an integral and dynamic force of achieving its national and regional objectives in terms of economic growth, regional integration, and sustainable development. AFTA itself has indeed served as a catalyst for greater efficiency in production and long-term competitiveness of ASEAN in relation to other major free trade areas such as those in North Africa, Europe, and East Asia. The concept of trilogy development should be highlighted in study of any possibility to include in one of the formal and decisive tools at the regional level. We also share some common challenges that require close cooperation and concrete action plan in order to avoid blocking shortcomings and to move forward. Establishing a regional evaluation body as Indonesia proposed, and a reviewing and enhancing of the common effective preferential tariff for AFTA, a complete removing of non-tariff barriers and encouraging non-discrimination and cooperation should be a top priority for both public and private sector of every ASEAN member state. Government and people of Indonesia are strongly committed to work with all our friend countries to successfully achieve a full realization of AFTA implementation. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency Rabit, President of the Indonesia. So, yeah, just to contribute with all of you, as a chair of ASEAN, we, Cambodia, would like to raise up our opportunity and challenges of us in the AFTA 2015 also. So since Cambodia is the last member of ASEAN, we have become a member in 1999, at Bill's 30s. So we are the last, and it seems like our development is still low compared to others. We are in a group of what we call the CLMV, right? So Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Vietnam. So we are still poor in the region. So yeah, that you can see we include Cambodia as well. So anyway, participating in the AFTA, so Cambodia will have some benefit, or let's talk about advantages, the opportunity for Cambodia. So first of all, let me talk about the free flow of product and market expansion. Of course, Cambodia's trading partner is very limited, since we have only the trading business transaction with only not many. We lack of human resources, so we will need to technical assistance, especially from the developed country region, especially from Singapore, Indonesia, right? Also from Malaysia, you are very qualified with the technology, the science, whatever. So we strongly believe that research and integration are very flow of technical assistance to Cambodia. So we really needed to build up our productivity, to improve our productivity, as well as to strengthen our export at large. Another opportunity for Cambodia is about trade and investment. So yeah, we all witness now that the investment in Cambodia is not very much. Most country, some country in Asia, like we have Korean investment, and even we have some Thai company, Malaysian company, or also Singaporean company in Cambodia. But let's say the scope or the scope of the investment, especially the foreign direct investment from your country, from the other country, is still very small compared to others. So with such an integration, I believe that it will be a very good image for Cambodia, because it will build up our positive image, our positive steps in the international forum, international stage. So we strongly believe that the other countries, especially the European country, also other countries in various parts, various regions of the world, will trust and will believe in the capacity of the royal government of Cambodia, the people of Cambodia, that they will come here and work so that we all benefit, especially the Cambodian people. We will be able to reduce our poverty, to increase our gross domestic product, and as well as to get strengthened to improve the standard of living of the Cambodian people at large. Right. So these are the three main opportunities of becoming a member, a full member of AFTA 2015. Anyway, so at the same time, still like I have raised up earlier, ASEAN Countries is the US member, just been awakened from the civil war. So 20 or 30 years of war. So we are in war. So there is no development at all. So during the wartime, our infrastructure, especially the physical infrastructure, was damaged, schools, roads, and others. So yeah, we still lack of that, and lacking of infrastructure is considered a challenge for the development, the economic development of Cambodia at large. So what we need is to develop our infrastructure, especially the physical one. And regarding the infrastructure here, it is also about the institutional infrastructure, meaning institutional building. Right? We still have some problem with that because of what? Because let's say our civil servant, our government official, their knowledge is still limited. It's not very well-rounded. It's not very knowledgeable as other countries. So sometimes we still have such kind of problem. Anyway, the second challenge for Cambodia is about the human resource at large. Okay, so talking about human resource here, I may heavily mention about the labor force, right? The labor force. So as you have seen already that having a very good human resource will be very beneficial as President of Singapore has raised up. That country they are the knowledge-based economy, right? So we Cambodia we want to develop it also, but we are having a problem because of what? Our education is still it is not poor, but it is not good. Yeah, right. So just say we are in the medium or fair level. So we need time to improve that, and we may need your assistance, especially from Singapore, from Thailand, from the Philippines, right? So that's what we need, your technical assistance, your cooperation, your collaboration with such an educational affair. So we believe that there is a challenge because we are still lack of human resources, especially here in skill level. And with such a thing, there will be the free flow of workforce in our community, ASEAN 10 countries. So that if Cambodian workers are still, meaning I'm talking about their education, their knowledge is not very high comparing to other countries. Just talking about the CLB, including me, all my country, also Cambodia, right? So the first opportunity that we will get, some of you have already raised here, that there will be a free flow of program, labor force, and technology. We really need it, especially Vietnam also, right? Like His Excellency Youpheng has raised that his country needs also the technology to develop the industrial sector. And aside from that, there will be more technical assistance for us. That is another opportunity. And also it is about the investment, particularly the foreign direct investment that will provide more benefits. If we try to look further, there will be a poverty reduction and the GDP or GNP or whatever that will be very increasing in that, right, for such a participation. And for the developed nations such as Thailand, Singapore, meaning the founding fathers of ASEAN. So they are, according to the discussion this morning, I have noticed that they will have some advantages. Just first of all, there will be the expansion of the market product, right? Like we can see our region now, the Thai product is everywhere, and now the Singaporean product, Malaysian, Indonesian product is everywhere in our market, in our region. So it will be a very great opportunity for all your countries to expand it, to export more product to the other country, to the region at large. And another one is to that your developed country, your nation will be able to ensure better economic stance, meaning you will earn more money, you will earn more income to fulfill your development of the country. And another one is about the question, right? Like you are qualified already, the developed nation, you are qualified already, so there will be the outsourcing of factory, there will be outsourcing of development to the country. And I hope that your developed country will come to Cambodia because we are not ready for that. Right? Not only to Cambodia, but also to other members like CLMV, like we are very poor. Okay? But let's say we are not very poor, but just poor. If you say very poor, meaning we are in country. Anyway, that's it. At the same time, let me just summarize or conclude or wrap up about our challenges. The same thing for CLMV, the EU member. So what we may face is about poor economic force of drive in all of it, like in agriculture we are still poor, in industrial, in service sector we are still poor with that. And another one is about the poor education and lack of skilled labor. The third is something related to the poor infrastructure. Right? We still have problems with that, especially the physical one. Our road is still insufficient or not very convenient to deliver to accomplish our business transactions. Another thing is also, I believe that CLMV, we may experience the same thing. It is about the effect of tariff reduction on our national budget. Right? We may talk more on that, how to find ways, how to earn other source of income to fulfill our pocket, to fulfill our national budget. Because we will lose a lot of money, lose a lot of income. And anyway, another one is about the low productivity of the poor nation, of the EU member, the low productivity and the poor quality of products. So if we try to compete with our it seems that we lack of the competitiveness, right? Competitive quality of work, advantages of work. So we will try to find it. Anyway, though the developed nation, you have a lot of opportunity, but I have noticed that the esteemed ASEAN leader, you have raised that there will be the competition among your developed nation. Like there will be competition between Singaporean product and Thai product and Malaysian, Indonesian product. That will be a challenge for you, that it may require your government to develop better policy, better strategy to compete each other, right? But I hope that you will compete each other, say, violently or peacefully, right? Because we, like His Excellency ASEAN Secretary General has said that we have our dispute resolution, right? So I hope you all will cooperate together effectively and try to challenge with each other fairly on the stage, right? Don't fairly dispute on context. Okay, just skip on that. Also there will be some external challenges for your nation, right? Because now you are trying to compete with other countries, such as we have South Korean products, right? And our challenge, the biggest one is China. So we hope that, by integrating each other into a community, we have 600 billion people. I believe that I optimistically believe that we will have a better step to not just to fight, but just to compete with China. So China is our trading partner, but at the same time, only a partner is not enough, but we will try to compete with them also. So try to have the ASEAN product. So I believe that the ASEAN product will be competitive with the Chinese. Not only Chinese, but for also other countries. So this is what we have discussed today in the morning. So I just would like to inform to the leaders of ASEAN that there will be no break. So we may proceed. To our second plenary session. So there will be an open discussion for all of you. So if there is any problem, if there is any idea or concept or opinion to raise up about our opportunity and challenges of your individual country, so please kindly raise, and please just raise your hand up and I will give you the opportunity. So please welcome. Okay, so that
There would be fulfill each other in this ASEAN region. This means that, as Prime Minister of India have raised that, we have to help each other to different member states have different weakness and strengths. So I would like all of the country work together in order to share those things. The strongest have the weakness. For what? This is for in order to help each other to live in peace and security. This is concerning. So in order to have peace and security, most of all of us in member states have to cooperate very effectively in the cooperation. First, just like example, just like Singapore is very good at human resources, especially technologies. So why not Singapore try to have other states in order to improve that skill? This doesn't mean that Singapore is trying to have another competitor, but to have other to go together as one community and one destiny. This means that if other countries grow rapidly in the technology, so that countries will get the benefit as well. If other countries is poor, so maybe none of them can purchase of all the technologies products. The second example is that as Cambodia is a natural resource rich. For example, gas, oil, and other natural resources. So why not they give another assistance to have other countries just like Cambodia that build to conduct the oil in the seas. Yes, of course. Why not give the assistance to them to have them in order to improve the economic growth and development? And one other thing is that as Thailand is good at industries and natural resources, human resources, and help each other in the nation. They're trying to foster our place in development in our region. That is what I'm trying to consume. That we have to work hand in hand and talk in peace, security, resource of the issue that have during the trade and investment that have during that time. So, as I have mentioned about, we have the mechanism in order to resolve those conflicts. So we have to work peacefully. Not just like what I have raised is that the conflict just border. We should eliminate the conflict in the border. Do not intervene each other. Do not care a lot about the border, because as in the future the borders is not important. So the important is economic development. How to work, how the government work for the citizen in order to get the prosperity, peace, and development in the region. So that is all my comment and concern in that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, His Excellency, Secretary General of the ASEAN Countries. So totally agree with what you expressed, and I just want to add something to that. So as you have received already that our cooperation, our collaboration in the region to foster the benefit of our AFTA is very beneficial, is very crucial for our development at large, not only for my country, not only for your country, but for our community. I just want to say something that in order to foster such a progress, such a very positive change, so we may work cooperatively with our three partners, so including China, Japan, and South Korea. Right? We will try to work cooperatively with them. So I believe that with such a very good cooperation with those countries, like the country I have mentioned, China, Japan, and South Korea, that they will help us to foster our economic development of the region at large, not only for your developed nation, not only for our CLP, the poor country, but for the region at large. Right. So that's it. And another thing is that there will be boundaryless. Right. So why I say boundaryless? Because you know already 2015 there will be a community. So community, there is no boundary. Sorry, there is no border, there is no barrier in the community. So there will be borderless. So I just would like to suggest that all countries in our region, right? We are brothers, sisters, we are neighbors. So hopefully that we will try to
solve our remaining border conflict. Try to foster it, try to work on it to eliminate such a problem as soon as possible. Right? Because we are living under one roof already. We are living under one umbrella in a home, the same home already. So I hope that there will be no human between our family members, right, with such conflict. Okay. Yeah, the esteemed leader. So if you have anything to raise, so please kindly say.
To Vietnam about the technological exchange. I think in the next meeting, I will send my experts to have the discussions with your expertise. Okay. And Thailand also want to raise one concern about the disasters in Thailand. As you know, we want to have the mechanisms to manage the natural disaster. As you know, the natural disasters is a big burden for an obstacle for our economic development. The evidence is that Thailand has experienced flooding and our economic has fallen down. Many main industry were shut down. So I would like to propose some the disaster management in our meeting here, our discussions here. Thank you.
Thank you, Her Excellency. Before giving a chance to His Excellency President of Indonesia, yeah, I totally.
Please be seated. Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, the ASEAN Ministers of Commerce, the signing ceremony by the ASEAN Ministers of Commerce on the agreement of ASEAN Non-Agreement on Common Effective Preferential Treatment on Plastic will now commence. Protocol officer kindly assist with the document. Thank you so much. May I now invite His Excellency Tan Sophal, Secretary General of ASEAN, and His Excellency Samdech Piron, Senior Minister of Commerce of the Kingdom of Cambodia, to come forward to present and receive the sign of Thank you very much. We now kindly invite all the ASEAN Ministers of Commerce to come forward to have a champagne toast for the successful agreement of AFTA 2015. We now kindly invite the ASEAN Secretary General, please come forward to have a champagne toast. with the ASEAN community. Thank you so much. Your Royal Highness. Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the signing ceremony has now come to an end. You are kindly requested to rise. Thank you so much. Please be seated. Thank you. Please be seated. May I now please invite His Excellency Delegation Team, Prime Minister of Cambodia, to start the press conference.
Your Majesty, students, esteemed ASEAN leader, Your Excellencies, His Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished national and international guests, to welcome to the press conference this afternoon after a very meaningful meeting we have conducted since the morning up to 12:30. It's quite long. Anyway, before I give you the floor, especially to all press members and journalists, to ask us the question regarding our meeting, talking about ASEAN, AFTA 2015, opportunity and challenges. Let me briefly state what we have agreed with our meeting and what we have stated in our signing ceremony that has just been completed. So the thing we have agreed on is the objective is to reinforce the AFTA framework and to verify on general obstacle of ASEAN's members in preparing themselves for 2015 integration. So this kind of agreement based on such a thing, and it will have reconfirm the success of the disaster management on trade recovery and provide preferential treatment on related extract business during and after the disaster. The fourth, we have agreed with each other to create ASEAN Product and Services Evaluation Commission
and ASEAN's Organization of Standardization, ASO. So it seems a little bit similar to the ISO. As we have heard before, we have International Standard Organization. But now, according to our meeting this morning, we have agreed to create another organization which is for our region at large. So ASEAN's Standardization Organization. Okay, so ASO. So from now on, we will have another organization in our region in order to test, in order to examine the quality of the product, goods and services. Next, we have discussed and agreed that all countries shall be created. The ASEAN Standardization Organization shall be created by ASEAN as a whole and sub-branches in every member state destination. So meaning that every part, every sector, every institution of the state, the concerns one, we have to work cooperatively and collaboratively in order to achieve the establishment of such a new organization for our benefit. Another one, we have agreed to encourage and to provide the training, assistance, and educational aid, and as well as the financial aid. So as most of the ASEAN countries have been requested or proposed in our meeting this morning, that we really need the technical and financial assistance to further develop our economic and our social development at large. Another one, we have agreed that each member state shall seek for better promotion on small and medium enterprise involvement. Of course, such an establishment and such a development in small and medium enterprise development are regarded as a very potential economic drive, economic force to foster our economic development at large, as a whole, for not only for each individual state, but for the region at large, for the ASEAN, one community, one destiny. So from now on, we have agreed on such kind of thing, and this is a very fruitful meeting, a very meaningful meeting that we have agreed on many points. And this thing, the thing that we have agreed in the agreement we have just signed, are very beneficial and useful for the realization of the ASEAN economic community as well as the ASEAN Free Trade Area by 2015. So we are very pleased to hear that and to see such very great success. And me, personally, as the chair of the ASEAN, I also want to express my warm regard and highest respect and consideration to all Eastern ASEAN leaders for having contributed to us their very meaningful ideas, so that we come up with such a very good agreement. So that is all for my press release, just a very brief conclusion, summary of what we have agreed on in our meeting. So now, okay, so this is the floor for the journalists, for the press member. So you are allowed to ask or raise the question to all the...
My name is Phun Ho Thi Lim. I'm the journalist from the morning session. So as we already know that among some Asian members, there's a complete difference in terms of surplus population as well as the market size. So my question for the ASEAN chairman is that in the process of this important integration AFTA, does ASEAN have any strategy to deal with or to narrow down the gap of the trade balance of among its members? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. So as it was directed to me, so may I contribute something? And it sounds like something which is technical, so I may shoot that question to ASEAN Secretary. Okay. Okay. So how to balance the trade balance? So of course it is very difficult to balance. You know, it seems like there are two sides. So in order to make it equal, it is very difficult. So we must ensure that the two sides are what are equal. I have the same weight or whatever. So in such a trade balance here, so in order to balance it, in order to make it equal, so first we have to, like I stated earlier in my speaking, in my
speech this morning that we gotta talk about the mitigation of the development gap. So how do we mitigate it? So first, we have to start by the poor members, especially the CLMV, yeah, including me, my country, also Cambodia. So what we have to do is to strengthen ourselves. Strengthen in what? In whatever affair. If we are poor in agricultural sector, then we have to strengthen ourselves in that, right? So simply speaking, then we may have to try our best to, we have to double our effort to make it better, to ensure the sustainable and the perfect growth of our national economy of each country. So maybe CLMV, we have to work on the same track. We have to work on the same way that we may have to do the same thing. So meaning that after we have achieved such kind of thing, then I believe that we will be stronger. Meaning our productivity will be better, our local product will be more in terms of more better in terms of quality. Then with such a thing, I believe that we can not just compete, but we will have a balance comparing to the all ASEAN members such as Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, or Malaysia. That is my thing.
Okay, thank you, Prime Minister. In order to respond to this question, as ASEAN Secretary General, I would like to respond to that question. As I have mentioned already about the effective of the AFTA, we have already achieved in some blue-green step. Otherwise, this is in order to strengthen the practice of AFTA. For example, the common effective pre-store tariff, the scheme has been established already about what steps should be done and what are the goods and products should be first prioritized, eliminate all of tariffs and trade barrier or any barrier that will cause the products, free flow from those countries in the region. As example, in 2002, ASEAN 6, Brunei, Jerusalem, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand. All of them are the leaders of the AFTA. The AFTA already taken this agreement is signed since 1968. It's just only the 6 countries that have already planned and already involving in that agreement. It doesn't mean that in 1992 is the whole just started, but it already have planned and prepared already for this too. But why 2015 is the AFTA start? Because 2015, as we know that the last of the newly common of the ASEAN member state is Cambodia, and the different gap of the ASEAN nation is very far. So that is why they give some prioritize of some goods and services is eliminate the tariffs and barrier first, and then all of the other countries that are newly just like Vietnamese, Laos, India, and Cambodia, they will start and this eliminate all of the trade barrier in 2015. And instead we have already achieved in those blueprint just like the ZEP scheme. The ASEAN 6 have 98.92% of all the product they trade in the ZEP, including least. Of these 99.60% of tariff within the 5 to 0 range, about 53.35% are levied zero tariff. The average ZEP trade rate, but this country have gone down for 12.76% in 1993 to 2.39% it is currently stands. This is the examples of our blueprint, our program session that have already taken place. And we hope in order to further, in order to have the length, we have to increase by having each other to improve all of their abilities in order to labor will be concerned. This is we have to provide skill labor to each other by giving assistance as the Prime Ministers of Vietnamese address. There is a very concern if there is enough darker. So we have to help each other. Even though there is some, if you think that, for sure that some countries that have already economic developed, they will get a lot of benefit from this AFTA. Because why? They have a big share. If you consider as a business, if someone who have the big share, they will get the big benefit. If you want to get a very, the balances, you have to be equity. If you get 10, if you have the share 10, you get 10. This is the balance. The balance, it doesn't mean that all of the country, even though you are poor and you have less share but you get a high. It doesn't mean that. But that is that what you have owned, you can get that share. This is my answer response to this question. So thank you very much.
Welcome for another question.
Cambodia and the Prime Minister and as well as the President from each ASEAN members. And I would like to put my question to the Prime Minister of Cambodia. It's regarding to the discussion. And as the Prime Minister of Cambodia has stated that by joining the AFTA, many countries, especially the less developed countries, will face many challenges. And among of that, there is also the tax reduction. And regarding to this problem, I would like to know that what are the policy of the government of Cambodia toward this issue? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Julius. Well, it seems like I have said some things already, but I just want to confirm after that there will be a credit loss for Cambodia at large. Why? Because there will be no more tariff, then we will lose a lot of income. We will lose a lot of money. Right? It seems like there is no more money in our pocket. We have from other affairs, for example, that you know already that we get our income from taxation, right? In various fields or whatever. Okay. Anyway, we still get from it. So how? And what are the policy of the royal government of Cambodia to solve such a problem? So recently in 2011, right? Since we believe that by 2015 we will lose a great amount of money from our tariff, then we have created another type of tax. As maybe most of the leaders here, is also the journalists here, I know that you may know very well. It is about the tax on the real estate. Right? We started to implement such new tax. It is one of our policy. It is one of the royal government strategy to pull more money into the pocket, into the national budget. Though we haven't implemented such a new tax, meaning the tax on the real estate fully in our country, but now we have already exercised in all towns and cities. Like in Phnom Penh, we implemented, we exercised it in all districts, and in the provincial area, we implement only in the town. So it is another source of income. So let's say that it is one of the policy to substitute the loss of money or income from our tariff. And another policy we have already stated in our rectangular strategy, the phase 2, the second phase of that. It is about the economic and trade transaction, business transaction with other countries besides ASEAN. So you may know something clearly that there will be no tariff in ASEAN only, meaning among the 10 members of ASEAN. But when Cambodia trade or do the business with other countries, then there will be that. Right? So we still have that. That's why beside from integrating ourselves, beside from the business cooperation in the region, that we try to enlarge or expand our cooperation, our business relation with other countries, mostly in Europe. We try to attract more investment. We try to do a lot of things. We have doubled our effort. We have put our effort into practice many times, many steps already. And with such kind of policy, I, as the head of the government, I strongly believe that we will find something to substitute the old one, the one that we lost through our participation in AFTA. Anyway, it seems like it is quite difficult because let's say the food that we are usually eating nowadays has been taken away. Right? First, I admit that it may be difficult, but
let's say that we try to adapt ourselves. Okay, we are now in the a time of change, in the era, a changing era. So that's why we are now integrating into the community. So we must adhere to the rule, to the regulation of the ASEAN in AFTA at large, right? So that is what the royal government of Cambodia plans to do and have done so far. Thank you. Okay, welcome for another question.
First of all, I would like to respect to all royal government and ASEAN members. The president from BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. Yes, I want to give this word to Philippine royal government. I want to know what is the discussion in this morning up to 12:13. You said you want to push on pillar. You say that in ASEAN, today we have 3 pillars, but you want to push ASEAN member to reach one other pillar. And one pillar is environmental pillar. So what do you mean by environmental pillars? And that you want to push the ASEAN member to create this. So thank you.
It is a good question for ASEAN and for Philippines and the world as a whole for the environmental problem or the climate change problem. As you know that in ASEAN, since the creations in 1967, there are only 3 pillars: political, economic, and social cultural. But we want to draw your attention that draw your idea that can we live with the environment if we have the political integration? It means that ASEAN is the strong institution, the strong organization such as EU. If we have the economic integration, ASEAN have the high growth economic, have high technologies. And if we have the social cultural integration, ASEAN has a good social welfare. But if ASEAN don't have a good environment, how can we live? I just want to ask all ASEAN members and all of you here, how can we live? That's why the government of the Republic of Philippines want to put one more pillar to the ASEAN pillar, is the environmental pillar. And I think that if we put this environmental pillar to the ASEAN, the environmental problem will be better and better in the ASEAN communities, and all the members of the ASEAN will pay more attention on the environmental protection. And thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Francis. Another question.
The country has just had a successful election. So what are your strategy of your new government for the upcoming AFTA ASEAN 2015?
Okay. Thank you very much for your question. Let me respond to the question. Actually, Myanmar has went up from the political instability by many conflicts, and especially we have transformed our economy, into the democracies, what we call it, democratization. The strategy of the government, we have set the strategy already, and the strategy that we going to implement, which is we going to improve our political stability more, especially to develop and promote the democracies. One more thing is what we necessary in responding to the AFTA in 2015. The economic perspective is very important. That is what we have to consider. For the key that we can reach the goal and we can get to implement the AFTA policies. Firstly, we have to grow the economy, the internal economy, and there are many ways, like what I have discussed about the previous sections about the opportunity of Burma toward the AFTA policies. We have the geographical easy to access to the India and the China, which is the powerful and the big market in Asia. Another is we try to strengthen our human resource by improving the education system, and we also try to boost our human resource to get the technical support by access to what our ASEAN members try to promise that they will provide us the scholarship. So that is also we on behalf of the government also urge or push this implement. I mean, if they can, we are very happy because the Myanmar want to build up the real human resource. And one more important thing is we have a strategy to try to persuade all the EU and the individual state, which is put the pressures on the economic section on the man. We try, and we have many things to do. When we talk about the strategy, we have many strategy, and we have many policy and law, and especially we try to call for the support, the cooperation, and so on. Thank you very much.
My name is
Ansida. I'm from the unit class session youth. I would like to raise a question to the Secretary of the ASEAN. Why do you think China is the first challenging with the security in 2015? And the second question is responded by the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia. What should we do to promote the education system, to promote the youth people of Cambodia to challenge with another citizens of ASEAN countries? Thank you.
She can produce a product with a cheap price. On the other hand, if talking about the ASEAN member state, we have lots of diversified ideas about the product. Even though this morning the Prime Minister, the Excellencies, have proposed out the standards of the product, the evaluations of product. So if we're talking about the product, we are still limited on the standard. Cannot compare to China. This is the first abilities of copying the world market is after ASEAN is still in a small amount or a small share if compared to China. And China, as we know, since history is influenced the ASEAN. So if it influence, maybe the product may be flowing. In order to respond the competition to China, I would like to add some comment, which is ASEAN have to do is try to, as I have praised this morning, work hand by hand to be strong cooperation in our region. If we're strong, we can compete with China. Don't scare with the population China have, but we have to increase our potential through our population combined together of ASEAN. Maybe it will be rich and much more than China. And if we compare the economy together, and maybe economy will be stronger than China. And this is why the matter and the problem is that we still not integrate successfully to each other cooperation. This is we really concerned, which is we have diversified culture and economic gap. We have to narrow the gap of economy, just like CLV. We have to improve and trying to have them to improve. First priorities is human resource.
Without human resource and skilled labor, we cannot challenge with other country by economic and world market. So this is what I respond to your question. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency. So may I answer to your question? So how do the government, the royal government of Cambodia promote the education of Cambodia in order to fit with the ASEAN? Of course, as stating earlier, having lack of skilled labor is a challenge for Cambodia, and it is what the royal government of Cambodia, as well as we as the head, we really want to accomplish it. We really want to realize it. Okay. So how to promote? First of all, let me raise about our strategy. We have stated clearly in our rectangular strategy since last mandate, the first phase, and now we are moving to the second phase, right? In the fourth angle of our rectangular, we mentioned about capacity building and human resource development. With such a thing, it serves as a very basic ground, a very basic strategy, a very basic policy for us to promote our education. So in response to this, we have created another sub-policy. Just for instance, we have the educational for all, meaning that every Cambodian citizen is allowed or is prepared, is organized to receive at least 9 years of education. Right? So just staying in school for 9 years, now it seems to be not very good, right? Because we are now being with ASEAN, no more Cambodia alone anymore. But because of that, we are now discussing in our cabinet to proceed it into 12-year education. Right? So 9 years not really enough, but we will proceed it to 12. So 12 meaning at least each Cambodian citizen finish high school. Also in our strategy, we mentioned it in our National Strategic Development Plan Phase 2 as well from 2009-2015. So in such a strategy, in such a policy, we will provide more vocational training and technical training to our workers, right? Because since we are now preparing ourselves to be integrated as one in the ASEAN community in AFTA, ASEAN Free Trade Area. So everyone must be skillful, every Cambodian citizen, every Cambodian workforce or worker must be skillful, otherwise we will be their employee, not employee. So just the worker, but some other country, some other nation, there will be our boss for all of us. So what we have to do here, we have to develop ourselves. So we will, according to our policy, we will provide more vocational training. We need to try to give the right medicine to the right sickness. Meaning, if you are having a fever, then we give you a medicine to cure your fever. In such a thing, it's also a same problem. We are facing that, and now we will provide that thing. For example, we need the worker in, let's say, in engineering factor. Then we will try to provide the vocational training and technical training to that factor in order to compete or to challenge, or let's just say to involve ourselves in the labor market of the ASEAN at large. And another one, the government commitment alone seems to be a challenge. Why? Because we still face a lot of problems, particularly with the financial support. Cambodia is still poor, right? Our economic development compared to other countries in ASEAN, if we try to compare Thailand to Singapore, we are very far from that, right? So we are still poor in terms of economy. Then what we need is financial support, right? So besides from this, meaning in order to achieve to get that financial support, we try to cooperate with the international organization working on such educational affairs. Particularly, we have UNESCO, also we have United Nations Development Program, we have worked with bank, we have worked with the IMF, have worked with the ADB, ASEAN Development Bank, or whatever. They offer us the grant, they offer us the loans, so that we can use that money to develop our educational quality. I just want to say that in order to develop it, it does not take years. It does not take only a year, 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years, or 5 years, but it may take more than that. Right? Because of what? Because we have to start it by our routine level.
what is our routine level. So we may need to rebuild everything, to transform, to ensure the educational quality since the kindergarten level up to the elementary, then they will go to the secondary, and also now we are trying to put our great concentration and focus on the tertiary level, simply speaking the university level, bachelor degree, master degree, or PhD degree. What we want to do here is that we want the Cambodian students not only having the certificate in their hands, but have the knowledge, the skill. Simply speaking, we talk about competence. So competence is meaning knowledge and skill. So not only certificate in their hands, but also the knowledge and skill, the competence and such. So because of that, I believe that we, the Cambodian citizen, the Cambodian workforce, the Cambodian worker will be ready to participate in the AFTA, to work, to go to Vietnam, to Thailand, to the Philippines, to do it. Thank you. Okay, welcome for the other question. Please.
Express my warmest respect to Joe's Excellency, Prime Minister of Cambodia. My question will ask directly to Your Excellency, Prime Minister of Cambodia. My name is Ro Boret. I'm from Morning Session. I'm a reporter. My question is, what are the non-tariff barriers which will be removed after agreement? Thank you, Your Excellency, Prime Minister of Cambodia.
Has been stated by the Secretary General of ASEAN already. So if we talk about the non-tariff barrier, that will be something technical. So I would not provide my detailed explanation on that. So if you have a further question or want to know more, you can ask our delegate. I will issue that question to my Minister of Commerce after the meeting. Anyway, I will now try to provide you some questions. Some answers, some response. Sorry for that. So what are those non-tariff barriers? So as you have known before that when we import or export the product from other country or to other country, then there will be some kind of tariff, right? So that kind of tariff, as I stated earlier, serves as a very something our fundamental. Let's say it is a very important pot, the rice pot for Cambodian people to eat, for Cambodian government to eat. So after integrating ourselves in that, so there will be no more pot, no more rice pot in such a tariff. So there will be no more tariff. That's why, as I stated earlier, we need to find out other sources of income to fulfill our national budget. So thank you for that. Okay, welcome for
the chairman of the ASEAN in upcoming year. So what are your strategy to solve some challenge that we face in this ASEAN Summit? So I just want to get some idea from Myanmar and Brunei to take all the challenges. Thank you.
Yeah, so to take all the experiences, the challenges regarding with ASEAN Summit, I probably try to arrange I can say the protocol to make sure that the arrangements of the meeting is processed well. So this is my solution regarding with the challenges that we have come across so far. So this is my solution to that. Thank you.
Okay, then my turn. Thank you very much for the question, because this question is very good. And Myanmar will hold the ASEAN chairmanship in the next we are in the process of capacity building, we build the capacity. But in order to achieve that and in order to make sure that we can, Myanmar also has some strategy and set up some, get some lesson learned from other country. And like this year, we get a lesson learned from Cambodia, and next year from Prof. And what we concern is about, firstly, the political stability of social security, because it is very important for the delegation and for the meeting. The meeting cannot be whole if it is insecurity. So I will try my best. I will try the government best to deal with the problem of the conflict, to release the conflict, armed conflict between the government and the Islamic group. I mean, we will try to integrate and to find ceasefires, peacekeeping, and peace building. So after we can get that, we will be able to do anything because we have peace. And after that, what I am ready to do for the next is to strengthen the human resource capacities, especially in protocol and in the ways of manage the meeting. That's the important thing. And I hope that, not hope, I will learn from Providence at the next meetings. And one important thing, after we have a technical peace technicals, and we also need what we call being a chairman, so we have a chairmanship, right? So how to get that? That is also what I have to learn too. And as I have mentioned already, the experience from the disasters is very important. So what I can do, I learn from them. I try to keeping to make the peace by to make the country to be one, or we can say a unity and a peaceful society, and we have the capacity to hold that. Thank you very much.
President, the head of state, and also the head of government. My name is Sophal from UC Press. And I have one question straight to Mr. Secretary of ASEAN. AFTA will coming soon in 2015, and at that time the labor flow will be changed from one to another country. So what is the mechanism to protect all kinds of discrimination and also the labor force for that migration? Thank you so much.
Thank you. This is really concern as well. That really important for any individual countries have to make a law in order to maintain to make the security for the all refugee or for the all labor force which is travel to get a job. This is not really strange. It just strange in ASEAN, but in another region just like European Union and American, that it's just the simple things that they do. But for us, there is really concern. I mean, what we concern is that there is different levels of the labor skill from individual countries and ASEAN member. That regarding to the skill from each country that cannot be reached. For example, just like the nation from Myanmar, the nation from Cambodia, as we know that Cambodian workers has come to work in Thailand and Malaysia. This is regarding to all of the countries have to facilitate a very good job in order to give services to all of their workers. To maintain that all workers is living in the standards of the worker, we have to set the schemings of the work regarding to the labor rights of the international declaration. We have to obey those rights in order to to maintain all of the things and all of the injury that will cannot be expected that happen to them. So, in the conclusion is that all country is in the process of making an amendment all of the agreement, memorandum of understanding to each other countries, and in order to be certified to another worker, in order to get the skills and knowledge, in order to use the product, efficiencies and effectiveness. So thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency. So another question, please.
Destination and our guide here. My question is, I want to ask the President of Philippines. As you know, the Philippines have conflict with China in South China Sea. So, do you think that the conflict of South China Sea case South China Sea will apply to the economic development or apply to AFTA? Thank you.
If the conflict occurs, does it affect to the AFTA and the region? Yes, this for sure that it will affect. But Philippine government, China government, and the ASEAN member try our best to tackle this problem. And the government of Philippines welcomes to China and all. We cannot tackle it bilateral way, but we must tackle it in the regional way, in the context of ASEAN or the context of the conflict parties or the world as a whole. And we will find the best solution by peaceful means, and we will do our best to keep the conflict down, and we will tackle it together. And the government of the Philippines currently that ensure that it will not affect AFTA if there are no any party of the conflict prepare or straight to the other. If we come down together, and the Philippine government will come down and solve it peacefully. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency. So, since the, as you have known already, the problem with the South China Sea, we have a few countries in our region now is having some problem, such as problem with China. So, any other ASEAN leader, you want to raise up or add something?
So the issues in Southeast Asia is a big Southeast China Sea is a big concern for the ASEAN members to solve together. But it is surely actually it affects all the ASEAN members, not only the 4 or 3 countries such as Philippines, Vietnamese, and so on. The effect is the cooperation among the states. As you know, the Chinese is a big partner dialogue. We can say that the business partner for ASEAN. And that's it. If the ASEAN do not have a good relation with the China's, the effect in the futures will be raised. So that's why the Singaporean government always support all the ASEAN states. Make sure that all the resolution that put in the tables are discussed peacefully and find a good solution that have a mutual benefit to all the members can testify. So thank you very much.
Any other ASEAN?
ASEAN General Secretary. My question is, how could ASEAN expand trade to international market? Thank you.
Sorry, could you please simplify your question, please, again?
Okay, my question is, how could ASEAN expand trade to international market?
Expand trade.
Expand the trade to the international community or markets. Exactly. ASEAN is potential in natural resources. As we know that if the ASEAN, all of the member states gather all of the territory, and that is rich with natural resources. And if we compare, just like
Singapore is well known in technology. Singapore is advanced in technologies, and Thailand is have so much industry regarding to the production came from the industry, and as well as Cambodia is also have the garment and also agricultural products. This is the good regarding to the food securities in the world. That is even it is a small amount, but it also to contribute to the world is very important to the food security. ASEAN has tried to have a meeting with the dialogue partners, just like Japanese, China, and South Korea. These all three countries is not enough for ASEAN. That is why ASEAN trying to have their dialogue with EU, Australia, US, and another just like another state that which is in Western and Middle East. This all the mechanism that we try to expand our products by winning to the discussion, negotiation, mediation with those countries and dialogues in order to get the preferences, which is that they give us with the quota, really relating to the quota that so far we have gotten already. But we would like to ask for any further, which is we have to negotiate in order to another quota in order to export our product from ASEAN. But the most important challenge is that we still not have one community that gather the product to each other. Throwing that one another problem is a logistic problem. Logistic problem is relevant to how we can transfer or how we can export the product very effectively. The problem is that our logistic skill is still, even though it growing and developed, but is still limited. Some products that have very huge, that very huge cannot be delivered on time, just like the big amounts of the ASEAN products is gathered. We don't have where is all the ASEAN product is stocked by. We should consider the place where that all ASEAN products is stocked in. We need the warehouse in order to stock ASEAN product in order to contribute to another countries which is considered in our dialogue partner. So we need that. We need through the shipping. That is also our main contributor to another country through shipping, which is Vietnam. Recently, Vietnam, Cambodia work very effectively and very closely with the shipping through the production of through the ship and water. This is some mechanism, and if you would like to get the clear and all of detail, you maybe take more than a day in order to explain and in order to tell you about our scheme mechanism in order to contribute and to expand our product to the regional or international market. So I would like to end of the response for this show. Thank you very much.
Thank you, His Excellency. So since such a question.
We, ASEAN, have already implemented the AFTA, but it is the first step, and in 2015 we will fully implement the AFTA. But let's think, if we are alone, I mean if Thailand alone go to compete in the world, how can I compete? Or Cambodia alone go to compete with the world, how can we compete? So we need to cooperate together, and here now we are cooperating, and we have already established our mechanism through AFTA or through the CEP agreement. And also we want our voice to be heard in the world through the dialogue or through the summits just like this. And actually we have already enter into the world stage because we have attracted more foreign direct investment from the United States of America, the European countries, and other countries else. Yes, and thank you.
Thank you. Please. Okay, thank you for your question. I have some more comments to add on the Thai Prime Minister. How can ASEAN compete the international stage and also to strengthen the international trade and business? Of course, when we work alone, it is not as influenced as we work together. So I agree with her that we have to build a synergy. Synergy means we have to work together, right? We have to make joint effort, and then we will be heard in the international stage. And that is not enough. We have to improve the quality of our production. In addition, we also need to cooperate with other international community, for example, European Union and other superpower countries. So I think that will be very helpful in improving our international trade. Synergy, improve our quality of production, and cooperate with other international community.
And yes, we want to make our area, our region to become a geo-economic zone, which will attract the foreign direct investment from Western countries again.
So, yeah, it seems to be a very good question. So, the members state should do is to strengthen the law in the regions, political stabilities, and also keep a good relation among states. One of the most important is, imagine in one state they have 10 countries, but one member among the 10 countries has a problem. So it can affect all the ASEAN communities. So that's why all the investment will be incapacitated to invest in ASEAN zone. So that's it. All ASEAN members should do the best to reforms in terms of politics, like Myanmar have already done a good job. And also all the members of ASEAN ensures that all your products, the quality of education, the quality of the ability to access the economy integration in ASEAN. That's why all ASEAN members need to strengthen. At the finals, for ASEAN Singaporean government, we always support all the ASEAN members to be a strong region in the world like EU or stronger than EU in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency. So now, let me give the floor to His Excellency, President of Indonesia.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Indonesia would like to echo the voice of Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. And we support the idea of creating ASEAN into a geo-economic zone, and also to compete with the world market. We have to improve the quality of our team to compete with other major free trade areas in the world. So we have to strengthen the rule of law, and also to build the legal certainty among the business and professional community. Because of why? Because the legal certainty in the professional and business community ensure the efficiency and the effectiveness of the providing of goods and services. And also, there would be a need for a more and effective accountability among all ASEAN members countries. So if any mechanism does not work, we have to be responsible for that. And if it works, then we will continue with the progress. And last but not least, Indonesia also would like to congratulate the ongoing democratization process that is happening in Myanmar. But as we all agree that we would like to see more political liberalization process in the country, because as there is a newly concept that Indonesia is now regarded as the third largest democratic nation in the world. So Indonesia believes that democratic political system should be at the core of every ASEAN member economic development. So with the above three mentioned points, the first one, the the strengthening of the rule of law, the legal certainty, the more effective accountability, and the more improved democratization process. These are the three factors that Indonesia strongly agree that we can use this factor in order to compete in a worldwide market and to achieve what the Thailand has mentioned before, that ASEAN will be a geo-economic zone, the one that has the full capacity and also to compete with other major free trade areas like those in North America and also Europe. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency. So, welcome for the other questions. Please, a lot of questions. We have
leaders of ASEAN. My name is Ray. I come from the leading newspaper in Cambodia. I have one question to ask the high economist in ASEAN about the 30th. My question is, does AFTA include measures other than tariff reduction and the elimination of non-tariff barrier?
Simplifying your questions again, you want to ask me barrier and non-tariff barriers means. The first one, tariff barrier, means the taxations or the duties that we put into for the import products to our country. So if we put the duties or tariff to the import products, there is no free flow of products in our regions. Yes, and another one is about the tariff barriers. We focus on policy and the regulations, also the act of the government in each country to implement the free trade movement in their country. And also we concern about the quota as well in the non-tariff barriers. Mr. President, no.
Okay.
And yes.
And what about how to?
Actually, you confuse not eliminate the non-tariff. First, at the moment, you asked me about the elimination of tariff barriers and then non-tariff rights. So I will explain you about the tariff barriers. In our framework here, AFTA, we will reduce the products, the duties of product to 0% in our next 2015. This is about the tariff barrier, how we eliminate it. And for the non-tariff barrier, we will strengthen our regulations in Thailand to make the free move of our products to other countries, and also we will make regulations that is friendly to the foreign direct investment from our regions and also from the outside there. Yes, thank you.
Yes, sir.
My question is related to ASEAN Summit AFTA 2015. Well, I think this question may be interesting. I want to ask the ASEAN Secretary. Does the ASEAN members have another agreement already related to tropical weapon? As you know, the ASEAN member, you said we have one community, one disease. So anything about tropical weapon around the world, you see North Korea or Iran, you will see this it is a tropical crisis also. So does the ASEAN members have already on a plan or agreement to reach the agreement related to soon out non-tropical weapon? So thank you.
ASEAN is created because of in the purpose of economic development, and all of the agreement protocol which is signed relating to only focus only how to accelerate economic, but only just that is just only one topic is raised, but there is no agreement
relating to the chemical weapon or relating to another concern. But it had only a small discussion during our summit, but there is no any kinds of agreement related to, but they just only have free zone nuclear preparation free zone in AFTA or in ASEAN, in ASEAN, which is not related to the chemical weapon or another concern. It is a modernized weapon as well.
Excuse me, I want to add. Actually, we have already adopted the Southeast Asian nuclear free zones treaties in 1995, and in that treaty we have already included the chemical weapon, which means that in our regions it's forbid to use the chemical weapon or to produce or to transfer the chemical weapon and also the nuclear weapons. And in our ASEAN chapters, we already include such protections as well and prohibitions as well.
Thank you, Her Excellency and His Excellency. So I just want to clarify that though the ASEAN, we do not have the exact agreement or record treaty regarding with the chemical weapon, but as Her Excellency Prime Minister of Thailand stated, we have the Southeast Asia nuclear free zone. So everything has been stated already, and after us in our ASEAN charter. So yeah, it seems like we go in size. Okay, so we have 3 more minutes. So I would welcome for the last question.
Yeah, I respect about the leader, ASEAN leader and everything, and everybody's. And one short question. In ASEAN integration about 2015, I asked about the Burma governors in order to interact about another ASEAN member investor, and if there is not investor, Burma should resolve about a few problems. The first, how the Pumian government to persuade about the EU, US and US airlines to leave about about sanction, and the second about the conflict between about the governmental force and ethnic minority force, like in Cambodia, send the government to integrate about the Khmer into the central government. That's all.
And the second one is how the government of Myanmar attract the investor to come to invest in Myanmar.
Okay, thank you for the last 2 questions. I understand together. Yeah. That is an important question that asks what is the strategy of the government to reform and to attract the investments into the Myanmar, and also how to attract to persuade the EU and United States or other individual states to relieve the economic sanction completely. In order to respond to the question, I would like to divide the point into 3. First, I will talk about the political perspective. That is very important. The investments invest into Myanmar, invest into one country. They consider whether political stability or not, and they consider about the security, about the benefit, how can they get benefit from such kinds of security and stable society. So the important thing is the governments of Myanmar have to make the political stability by reconsidering the conflict group between the government and the ethnic group in Myanmar. Secondly, what the important thing is we have to make some appropriate mechanism and law which is give the easiness to those investments. The same, what EU and United States and other countries consider to relieve the economic sanction is also they consider about the reforms of the political system, which is reform into the democracies. So that is what governments of Burma have already done. And secondly, talk about the economy. The economy, we have to reform the economy into the free trade, free economy, or what we call the open sky policies, which is take it easy for those investment, foreign direct investment or foreign investment into the country. And second, the third one is the third and the final is the social, cultural rights. That is important. We have adopted the democracies, so we have to respect the human rights to develop the country, so that that is the aspect of the country, the democratic country one also. So when we can do the 3 points about the country will consider to release the economic sanction and will completely release the economic sanction. And the second question, just short answer because of the time limited. The strategies of the government is like what you have mentioned already. You compare the situation of Myanmar to Cambodia. Cambodia in the past is the same to the Myanmar today. For example, we have the conflict with the 3 sides, and Myanmar now I don't know how many sides because there are many. So what we can do, we have to try to integrate those ethnic minorities, ethnic minority to be the unity by firstly we can try to get the ceasefires with those kind of ethnic group, and then we can negotiate how to implement each other's benefits, because they want to separate from Myanmar because they want something. So we will consider the benefit of 2 sides. After that, we will find the peace building. After we find the peace building, we can keep it and live with a solidarity with each other as the one government. Thank you very much.
Thank you, His Excellency. Myanmar. So our press conference comes to an end.
His Majesty, Excellency, the ASEAN Head of State and Head of Government, the Secretary General of ASEAN, ladies and gentlemen. To end our program of Mock ASEAN Summit on the opportunity and challenges of AFTA 2015, I would like to invite His Excellency Delegation Team, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia, to give his closing remarks.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Mock ASEAN Summit has come to an end as planned. The royal government and people of Cambodia had the great honor to host this important Mock ASEAN Summit. I hope that Your Majesty and Excellencies ASEAN's leader and Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, received warm hospitality
extended by the government and people of Cambodia as close friends and brother, sister in the great family of ASEAN. Taking this opportunity, I would like to thank ASEAN's leaders for their important contributions during the meeting, especially the perspective on opportunities and challenges of each individual country in AFTA 2015. Indeed, we are very proud that the mock ASEAN Summit on AFTA has been crowned with success and fruitful conclusion. I am extremely pleased with the outcomes of the meeting has on the important agenda subject. This will help accelerate the progress of the three pillars, namely ASEAN Political Security Community, ASEAN Economic Community, and ASEAN Social-Cultural Community. We are very pleased and noted with satisfaction and pride advancement of ASEAN since its founding, especially its active and influential roles in regional affairs. Since an influential player in the region and the world, and indispensable strategic partner of major economic and political power and international organizations. We strongly believe that the realization of the establishment of ASEAN's community and a full AFTA in 2015, coupled with gradual strengthening and expansion of close cooperation with partner countries and institutions, will bring about enormous benefit to the people of ASEAN. And the role of ASEAN has as the driving force in ensuring regional and global security, stability, and development will be further enhanced. Once again, on behalf of the royal government and people of Cambodia, I would like to thank Your Majesty, Excellencies ASEAN leader, and distinguished delegate, as well as Excellency Secretary General of ASEAN, for participating and making the mock ASEAN Summit on AFTA 2015
say very good afternoon to Her Excellency, Chairman of ASEAN, and all the ASEAN leaders. Truth to be told, I think it has been my privilege and golden opportunity to be the Director of Protocol for this ASEAN Summit. And I think cannot deny the truth that we have created a great history by being the first in arranging this ASEAN Summit. That no other have ever done before. So now I would like to thank, I personally and on behalf of our student here, to thank to our Professor Dr. Sophal for his marvelous support and instruction in shaping this ASEAN Summit to be such successful since the very early stage till this moment. I also would like to thank to His Excellency Dr. Gavin for his kindness in both technically and financially support our event today. And thanks to UC staff for their participation. I also profoundly thanks to my dear protocol team from our session for their unbelievable strength, effort, and sweetness in successfully in arranging this ASEAN Summit today. And thanks to our great delegates, press team for their understanding and cooperation. Without the support, this event would not have been that good as planned. Lastly, I wish you with good health and success in your life. And may this event on ASEAN Summit to be the most memorable and forever lasting remarkable history in our school life. Thank you.
Thank you very much for Mr. Youpheng, the Director of the Protocol Team, who has just given his closing remark. So now, last but not least, we would welcome our lecturer Sophal to express his closing remarks.
Okay, thank you very much. This is my turn. Okay, I had a short remark for ASEAN mock meeting today. The first, I would like to say thank you very much for the President of the UC that support equipment and some finance to process this event. And thank the association team of UC. And thank to UCAF. And thank you very much for all of you who participate in this event today. So, if without contribution today, we cannot success the mock ASEAN Summit today. Especially thank you very much for protocol team that worked very hard and long time and very strict. As we know, protocol very strict. So the protocol has to make the master plan for all training, all event. If the error of protocol, this event is not success. So the protocol work very strict, even the real summit of ASEAN. So the protocol work very hard and long time. And I hope that all of you to learn more experience from this event. And we know that today, even the mock meeting, but very formal. I really appreciate for all of you, very formal, like ASEAN Summit. So I hope all of you to learn more experience. And thank you very much for all the student contribution. And the last, I wish to all to be healthy, prosperity, and successful in your life. And before we finish the program, we should take a photo session from the This was very beautiful. It's like very formal, this mock meeting. Even the real meeting of ASEAN Summit, we do it the same way. And in my experience in the protocol of prayer more than 20 years, every event, every meeting, also some errors protocol program. You see this morning, opening ceremony, you see the protocol did cause system error. To the Prime Minister, but the Prime Minister speak. So not voice, not word. But the real same way, sometimes in the summit or the meeting, the Prime Minister can speak also. This microphone is not work. The big problem, but very important protocol from up. We learn from this mistake. We know we must control very strict everywhere, from state to state. So this one is very important. And I really strongly appreciate all of you who contribute this event today. And the next in the future, I hope we will discuss about ASEAN strategy and for the next generation. And I hope you finish the bachelor from UC, you will get a high quality of education. You can work well with government, private sector. So you will become the Cambodia resource to compete in AFTA in ASEAN when finish this bachelor. So I also want to do more research. If you want to have more knowledge, more experience, you can speak, you can discuss, and as I said this morning, because you do more research. If you don't do any more research, you cannot get any knowledge. You cannot express your opinion during the meeting. So the big problem for the leader, the future leader. So I hope you can be a good leader in the future, but you must do more research, do presentation. This is the quality of education. If you don't do any research, if you do not do any presentation, you cannot get any knowledge. You cannot competition in the market, especially in ASEAN countries. Okay, thank you very much. So I
here we come to the very end of our summit. So we can enjoy the photo session. Everyone. Wait.
Và là dùng học cho tham thiết đó như thế này rồi.